suited houses, duplexes, income properties. The house I'm going to show you in this upcoming video goes by many different names, but the one thing you can definitely rest assured is it is a great investment opportunity. Upcoming in this video, I'll walk you through a brand new turnkey income property, a suited house. Enjoy. Hey, what's up everybody? Russell Westcott here. I help real estate investors start, grow, and scale the real estate investing portfolio of your dreams. So fun video upcoming here for you, but first of all, I have a feeling, I'm feeling like I'm being watched at the moment. Do anyone have that feeling at the moment that we're being watched right now? A recent trip out here in my go-to market in Edmonton with my go-to property source, Jason Mattern, we walked through a suited house. Now I know in many different markets this asset class or this type of house, it's called different things. In Ontario, I know a lot of you call these properties duplexes, where essentially what it means is that there are multiple income properties under one roof. And it's not a full multifamily property, but it's essentially, it's a house with a suite in it. Now, what we're talking about in this video is brand new construction. I'm talking about high-end quality materials. I'm talking about an intentionally designed properties. We actually start, when we design these properties, we actually start with the tenant profile in mind. So we think about who the tenant is going to be living in this. And then we actually pick the area that they're going to be living in, and then we design the house accordingly. Now, as I walk you through this video, you'll see where some of the little things and the little design things make the big difference. Now, here's the beautiful thing about new construction properties. So you can start right from the beginning, right from blueprint, right from the design, right from where you pick the property to get the right property that fits the right tenant demographic that you're looking for in the right area. Hope you enjoy this walkthrough. It's truly a start of from the morning when I was sitting there with my coffee in the morning right out to where we were doing our walkthrough, our pre-orientation. Had an entire team there with me that day of going through the property. So that's another big thing, is real estate is a team sport. So make sure that, you know, in this video you'll hear from the builder. The builder of the house was there to do the final orientation. My property manager was there too to just kind of go through everything, and my realtor. So we truly went room by room, going through everything with a fine-tooth comb, making sure that the property just is perfect, because we're buying a brand new construction property and we want to make a good impression when tenants are coming through, and we want to get the pick of the litter and the cream of the crop with the tenant profile. Make sure you stick around right to the end. I actually have an incredible message here for you about if you're ever interested in maybe picking up one of these incredible assets. Enjoy this walkthrough of this brand new construction property. Hey, good morning everybody. Exciting day here. You know, got my coffee, I'm all caffeinated up here, ready to rock and roll. So it's gonna be a very exciting day. We're heading out to Leduc to walk through some brand new construction suited houses. Gonna be meeting my realtor, property manager, the builder, a whole bunch of people are gonna be on site. We're gonna do our final inspection walkthrough. So hope you enjoy this look through on a brand new construction property. And you know what? This video is gonna be very exciting for you, because if you ever are interested in getting involved in a new construction property, whether you own the property yourself or whether you partner with somebody, new construction properties is truly like a breath of fresh air. So excited to show you this incredible opportunity and do a little walkthrough, show you some of the incredible features. And once you own a new construction property with the low maintenance and virtually hassle-free, you may relook at your older properties in a different light. So hope you enjoy this tour, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now. Back here, Jason, you know, people might start getting to talk about you and I seeing each other a little bit too often here. So what are we doing here today? We're in Leduc. What's going on today here, brother?
Today is pre-orientation day, Russ. So this is the day where we get to go through with our roll of tape, and I forgot my roll of tape, with the roll of tape, and see when you're closing on a new property, we get to look at them a week or two prior and just catch any deficiencies, right? We've already done the inspection report on it, and for the most part, they're taken care of, but just, the paint, making sure it's tip top.
Well, right? These assets are, $450,000 to $500,000.
Exactly.
You said something the other day is if you're getting a $500,000 asset, you want it to be what?
Perfect.
That's
perfect. Yeah, absolutely. People buy a $25,000 brand new car, right?
Yeah.
Didn't want it perfect.
Yeah, and
this is no different. It's got to be perfect.
There's going to be cleaners coming in. There's going to be a lot of paint touch-ups. Just absolutely immaculate when the tenants are ready to move in.
It has to be. Yeah, it has to be.
Now, what's been your experience with these properties rent-wise? Like we're standing out in front of, these are some investors that actually own, I think there's like 5 or 6 investors that own properties here from all over the country, from Toronto, from Vancouver.
The rents upstairs are probably ranging around, I'll say around that 1,600 range,
Yep.
right? 16 to 1,700 range. The downstairs are probably that 900 to 1,000, probably closer to 1,000, right? The upstairs, we seem to be getting like a family profile, a mom and dad with a small child or two. We're right across the street from a elementary school. And then the downstairs, we seem to be getting mostly singles. I think there's one couple that I know of that's in there with no kids. So those two tenant profiles merge nice, right?
Yep.
It's not too much for one property under one roof.
Now, we talked about the school. It's across the street. What other amenities are in this area? So we're in Leduc.
Man.
It's it's the Aerotropolis is close by. The cannabis grow operate. Hang on. What's that smell in the air? Is that, Dorito sales?
Dorito sales. Yeah, Dorito sales. Yeah. Dorito sales next up. Well, I tell you what, good question. I mean, you can see, if you point at the camera that way,
Yep.
you can literally see the airport down the end of the street. So the Aerotropolis, we're literally, 3 blocks from all the major amenities in Leduc. And major amenities are, grocery stores, all the stuff that people want nowadays, right?
Yep.
Close. There's coffee shops close by. The freeway is close by, the number 2 highway into Edmonton. And of course, the airport is a massive
And then
draw,
there's
right?
the premium outlet mall. There's a brand new Costco. There's an Amazon distribution center. There's a Ford distribution center.
The Amazon plant is something to see there. I should say the Amazon fulfillment center.
Yes.
You literally don't take a snapshot of it, Russ.
Yeah.
The building's so big, you got to take like a
Yeah.
video pan shot
It's
of it.
a million,
massive.
a million square feet.
It's big.
Yeah. So, I guess there's no question why Leduc is becoming one of the, a community that's being found, and it's a little bit of a sleeper town, but I don't think it's going to be sleeper much longer.
No, it's transitioning. I mean, just being brutally honest with it, it's the activity's not quite as much as Edmonton right now today, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. This is where an investor's where you want to get in before the storm happens, right?
Yeah. And why are investors liking this?
Jobs, right? Leduc is a city that's almost doubled in size in the last decade. You know what? It's going to double in size again, and it's not going to take that long. People are coming here. Jobs are here. The airport is here. The way the infrastructure is changing with the Aerotropolis, and I'll use the terminology, cutting out the middleman with all of the commercial warehousing and distribution that's coming in this area, in that Aerotropolis. There's massive amount of jobs, and that's going to take people, Russ. People need homes. Right?
Yep. And honest to goodness, I think we're getting in at a bottom of a cycle. We're getting in at an early adopter on this. There's a few little hiccups that you have to do when you're an early adopter. But, buying in Alberta, what's some of the advantages? You get no land. It's funny. We were just talking with an investor out of Ontario. And what was their comment? Goes, geez, there's no land. I forgot there was no land transfer tax out there.
Well, they can pay it if they'd like it, but there's no required land transfer tax in Alberta.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no rent controls. There's no speculation taxes like there is in Vancouver. There's no empty home taxes. Alberta's open for business. Contrary to belief, I believe Alberta is open for business. That's why myself and a lot of the people who I talk to and recommend we get back into Alberta in a big way again.
The activity since the provincial election, the activity in the real estate market has, the buyers are here, but the issue that we're fighting now, and we talked about this on the phone, is that there's just a lot of inventory of people that have been wanting and needing to sell for the last couple of years that are doing that now, and it's just going to take time to absorb that inventory and get back on track.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'll tell you what, we better get back inside to get some work done because the other guys are slaving away, and we're talking about lunches and we're out here shooting video, so we better get to work, brother.
You got her. Over and out.
I'm here with Brendan Whitehouse with Castlewise Property Management. Brendan, we're just going through some brand new construction properties here. Some nice places.
Yep.
So you're the one filling these places and you're getting tenants. What is the appeal for tenants to have one of these kind
Right
of
across the
properties?
street here. You look right across the street, there's a brand new West Haven Elementary School. It's going to be perfect. Great for families moving into the neighborhood.
Then there's also a brand new park just off to the side here as well.
Lots of walking trails around. There's a nice pond and some fountains along there, so you can get out with the kids, get out with the family, and enjoy the neighborhoods.
I imagine you get a different type of a tenant profile of people wanting a brand new construction property.
Yeah, for sure. There comes a lot with getting used to the area and landscaping, all that kind of stuff. But it's a beautiful area. The builder's fantastic. They put a lot of work into this. You notice all the lovely appliances and finishings here. It's a beautiful property.
I'm here with Nolan from Encore Homes. Nolan, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Nolan, what's the importance of what's going on in this utility room here? There's a lot of stuff going on. What's some of the important things we need to take notice of?
Well, the most important thing for these newer houses and how they're built is the HRV. The HRV actually takes away from what the bath fans used to be, pulling the air out, and actually takes away the heat from the bathroom and takes to this box, brings in fresh air from outside, heats up the fresh air, and then redistributes it throughout the whole house using the furnace fan. These houses are so tightly built nowadays that they can't really get moisture in and out of the house. So what they do is they use the HRV to actually expel the bad moist air and bring in the fresh filtered air.
Yeah. Now, this is a premium feature of most houses. Is that's tankless, or it's not used to be hot water on demand, but now it's more of
Tankless water heater.
tankless hot water. What's the point of having that in a rental property?
Rental property, it actually gives you unlimited heated water. So you're not fighting for water with, if you have an upstairs and downstairs tenant in these secondary suites, you actually have unlimited water, which is great. Another purpose too is it saves a lot of space in the utility room. You're able to actually get to the breaker box or actually have room in the house here. It's a really good feature, very maintenance free. We've had these running in about 5 years now and no issues with these as part of the house.
So really, in layman's terms, you're able to shrink this utility room down because you don't have a tank, and you're able to put more square footage in the suite and get more rental income.
Yeah, more square footage, and again, it helps the homeowners and the tenants because you're not fighting over hot water.
One of the things we always want to talk about when we're talking about with rental properties is having parking, especially when you have secondary suites. The key thing is that you want to have enough parking for all your tenants. That's one of the beautiful things about designing your rental property in advance, is that you can potentially make some changes that make a big difference when it comes to for your tenants' experience. For example, I'll cut in some shots here, but as you can see, this driveway here on a rental property, this is a longer apron, so you can actually fit another car on the driveway. This one here has got a very, very short apron, so you will not be able to get maybe another car on the driveway. So we actually have the choice before they build to move the garage closer to the house, a little bit less yard to maintain for your tenant, but you actually get this nice long parking pad on the back. So you get two in the garage, at least two on the apron. It's interesting. I'm staying in a place in Edmonton, and there's the tiny little apron. You can't even fit a car on the driveway. So just those little things add up to making a huge difference when you're buying rental properties, and new construction solves a lot of those issues. Here's just another little quick tip. These are the decks that are put on the back of these new construction properties. They're composite decking and aluminum railing. High-end quality materials, virtually maintenance-free. You don't have to stain them. You don't get the slivers, you don't get any of those kind of things. You know, fewer maintenance issues means more money in your pocket, which means more cash flow, and you can take more money to the bank as a rental property owner. And it's really cool if you actually do it from the beginning. It's marginally a little bit more money built in, but here's the really cool thing, is if you actually do it from the start, in the design phase, you actually build it into the mortgage cost. All right, so what did you think? So I think we should give our friend over here looking over my shoulder, I think we should give him a name. Why don't we call him Marvin? Marvin the Moose. It's funny, I'm actually out here in Edmonton. I'm at an Airbnb here, a wonderful garage suite. That's one of the next type of properties I'm going to be looking at, is a garage suite property, just to do this, this whole Airbnb thing, and to have a secondary suite in the garage as opposed to having a secondary suite in the basement, like I showed you on this video. So that being aside, what did you think of the video? I think it's an incredible opportunity. You know, top-notch, high-end, turnkey type properties that produce wonderful cash flow. They're just nice, steady Eddie performers that you can just take the checks, cash them in, take them to the bank. One of the biggest things I love about these properties is they're easy. You have your manager in place, you have the home is under warranty, a lot of the maintenance issues are taken care of, a lot of wonderful benefits. So I sure hope you got a lot out of this video. Now, if any of you are ever interested in picking up one of these assets, now here's the thing. I love Edmonton, Alberta. This is the market, my go-to market, which I invest in. Now, maybe I'll shoot another video on why Edmonton, why now, because I think there's incredible opportunities here. Now, I get it. Some of you may be investing in Saskatoon or in Oshawa or in Pickering or in Victoria, British Columbia. You have your market, okay? But here's what I want to do for you. If you are interested in maybe looking at a property in Edmonton, 3 ways that I can help you. Option number 1 is a do-it-yourself service. So if you're interested in just doing it yourself, you're a full-time investor, you got all the time in the world, and you want to just do it yourself, own it yourself, you want to be involved in it right from the start, no problem. Reach out. We'll have a consultation. I'll introduce you to some of the key players, introduce you to the people in the area, introduce you to my go-to team, and you can do it yourself. No problem. Option number 2, if you're maybe a little bit more time-starved and maybe you need a little bit more hand-holding, I have a service where I will do it with you, where I will hold your hand through the process, where I will help you through that. I'll introduce you to the key players, but I'll actually work with you, I'll train you, I'll teach you the process of how to do it together. So we'll do it together. So that's option number 2. Option number 3 is if you're just time starved, you have capital and say, Russell, just put my capital to work. I have a third option. And that third option is a done for you service where I literally will take care of everything. I'll give you about 1 or 2 things to do, and then after that it truly is at the end of the process. Here's what it is, here's the asset, here's the wonderful opportunity. So there are 3 options. Okay, just as a quick recap, there's a do-it-yourself, a done with you, or a done for you. So 3 options. If you're interested in taking me up on one of those options in Edmonton, Alberta, no problem. Now here's the thing, is if you're investing in another part of the country and Edmonton's not your bag, I also help solve one of the biggest challenges you will encounter in real estate, and that's where to find the capital through the Raising Capital Academy. So if you're interested in getting some resources on that, so if you're interested in working with me, you want to do it yourself, you want to get invested in Edmonton, or you want to solve one of the biggest challenges in real estate investing, and that's the capital, let me know. So wherever you're watching this video, somewhere around here, there'll be some kind of a link to take you to a consultation page, and I'd love to have that conversation with you. Hope you enjoyed this tour through this property. I'm Russell Westcott. I help real estate investors grow, start, and scale the real estate investing portfolio of your dreams. Look forward to talking to you very soon. Bye for now.